Hello, my name is Navigator. In today's quick video, we're going to be going over the Ringside exclusive AEW Blood and Guts Supreme Jon Moxley figure. As far as I know, this is the first ever Supreme Blood and Guts figure. Maybe the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker, I forget though. This is going to be the first actual Supreme edition, Ultimate edition Blood and Guts figure. But with that being said, let's get right into it. I did not even know this figure existed. I've kind of been out of the wrestling figure loop for a little bit here. As soon as I found out this thing did exist, I bought two of them. So I have another one off camera. It's still in the packaging and everything. But this one is the one that I did unbox. So I also have the previous Supreme Jon Moxley to kind of show up alongside this one. But with that being said, let's start off by taking a look at the box. Pretty similar to the other Blood and Guts that we have. You know, blood splatter all over the front. And then on the back here, you can see, it looks, I don't even know who that is. Jake Hager, somebody? I have no idea. You can see a picture of Moxley there on the back. And then again, this is a Ringside exclusive. So with that being said, let's take a look at the figure. I'm going to prop up the previous one just here, and then we'll take a look at the accessories first. So to start off with, we do have some extra soft good clothes. The first of which is going to be the leather jacket that was very similar to the one that we saw in his previous Supreme, except this one is going to have MOX kind of spray painted in orange on the back. And that is epic. I love this jacket. Super, super cool. We'll definitely be having this one on the figure. The other piece of soft goods that we have, and hopefully there's no staining, is just going to be a Death Rider shirt here. Death Rider MOX. I think this is the first of the actual Death Riders merchandise that we've gotten from AEW Jazzwares. That's pretty cool. Moving on to the figure itself, the first big accessory here is going to be the AEW International title. I believe this no longer exists. It's now the Universal title or something like that. I have no idea, but this is from back when he was the International Champion. Then he got a concussion or whatever, I forget. All right, and then the rest of here is just going to be some extra hands. They're going to be the same as the ones from the other Supreme Edition, except these ones are going to be, well, covered in blood. So the first set that we have here is just going to be an open hand here on the right, and then on the other side here, we just kind of have like a little hand with this, the ring tattoo, and he's kind of got that rocker hand thing there. The other set that we have here is going to be the opposite hand of the opposite side of that other hand, which is kind of the open one. And then we have a pointing hand here, and all of these are going to have some kind of blood smear on them. Really cool pieces of hand here, or pieces of hands here, I guess we could say, is going to be the fisted ones. And I really like how that blood is right on top of the knuckles. That just looks so cool. I love that detail. And then we actually have 3 different bloody head sculpts for MOX. So the first one is going to be just absolutely caked in blood right there. I mean, it almost looks like someone took a Sharpie to it, but we have that one. We have this one where it's kind of like intermittent, and there's like some dirt and some other stuff on his face there. I have no idea what's going on. Dried blood, who knows? This is probably the one that I'll have on the figure, but I just like how this looks a lot. A little bit of some issues with the painting there on the mustache, but beggars can't be choosers. I really do like how that looks. And then finally here, we can take a look at the figure itself. Starting down here at the bottom, just predominantly black legs. I will be swapping these legs out with the ones that I have in my Supreme Edition. I'll show those off in a second. But you can see here, what is it? I think it still says Blackpool Combat Club and then Death Rider on the side, but who knows? Maybe that's not even a Death Rider shirt. It's just the Moxley Death Rider gimmick. I have no idea. Torso here, though, again, going to be almost identical to the other Supreme. A little bit lighter in the skin tone, I will say. The normal Supreme is a little bit more tan, but obviously this one is going to be absolutely just drenched in blood. All over his torso, all over his arms, on his back there, and that just looks incredible. Almost looks like that injury he got from when Edge spiked him, or Cope spiked him. Tattoo work is the same over the body. We have that dog tag accessory there, and then this is the final head sculpt here, just the normal MOX head covered in blood. So here's another little comparison here if you were curious. I will say, I don't know. I mean, I like the blood and guts. I'm going to have to, switch them around, switch around the heads and the legs. But I got to say, the normal Supreme is a little bit more superior. I got to say that the chest hair is a little bit better. It seems like this one is a little bit too stiff. Maybe it's just the one that I got. But primarily, it's the pants there. Once I switch those pants, this will probably be my favorite version. But folks, this was a hopefully brief review. Hopefully got everything. But a review of the AEW Ringside exclusive Blood and Guts Jon Moxley Supreme Edition. So I will leave it there, folks. As always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.